Mbappé, il est passé. C'est terminé.
Mbappé! Le but parisien! Il est allé au bout tout seul!
Kylian Mbappé, a player once hailed as the future of world football, joined Real Madrid with sky-high expectations. The French star was expected to elevate Madrid's already formidable attack, joining forces with Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, and Rodrigo. But the reality has been far from what fans anticipated. Instead of the explosive performances and game-winning moments, Mbappé's first few months at Madrid have been filled with missed chances, inconsistent displays, and mounting pressure. So, did Kylian Mbappé really flop at Real Madrid, or is there more to his struggles than meets the eye? Subscribe to find out. Kylian Mbappé, a name synonymous with brilliance on the football pitch, finally joined Real Madrid in the summer of 2024. After years of speculation and failed moves, the Frenchman made the switch from Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, to Madrid, becoming one of the club's highest profile signings. With his arrival, expectations were set at an all-time high. Mbappé was expected to lead the charge, form a deadly partnership with Vinicius Jr., and propel Madrid to further success on both the domestic and European fronts. But as the months passed, it became clear that Mbappé was far from living up to his promise. The early signs suggested that Madrid had found their perfect forward, but the performances soon took a different turn. Fans and pundits alike began questioning whether Mbappé's much-anticipated move was already turning into a disappointment. So, what's really going on with Kylian Mbappé at Real Madrid? Let's break it down. When Mbappé made his debut for Real Madrid in the UEFA Super Cup against Atalanta, the signs were encouraging. He scored in his first match, helping Madrid to a 2-0 victory and securing his first trophy with the club. It was the perfect way to begin what everyone hoped would be a glittering career at the Santiago Bernabeu. However, the optimism from that victory quickly turned into frustration. In his second La Liga match against Mallorca, despite Madrid's 1-1 draw, Mbappé's influence was minimal. He had just 44 touches of the ball, the lowest among Madrid's outfield players. This lack of impact raised alarms, especially considering the attacking talent surrounding him: Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, and the newly arrived Jude Bellingham. While the low touch count might be expected from a player used to playing wide on the left, Mbappé was being deployed in a central striker role, a position he had repeatedly expressed discomfort with during his time at PSG. For a player of his caliber, the expectation was that he would adapt quickly to this new position, but early signs suggested otherwise. Mbappé's struggles at Madrid can largely be attributed to his position within the team. At PSG, he thrived as a left winger, using his blistering pace and dribbling ability to terrorize defenders. But at Madrid, the left wing was already occupied by Vinicius Jr., one of the best players in the world at that time. With Vinicius firmly entrenched as Madrid's first choice left winger, Mbappé was often asked to play as the central striker. However, this role never seemed to suit him. He struggled to make an impact in the middle, with one of his most notable failures coming in El Clasico against Barcelona, where Mbappé was caught offside a staggering 8 times. This was a clear indication that he wasn't fully aware of his positioning on the pitch, and it showed how ill-suited he was for the number 9 role. Despite his renowned speed, Mbappé's constant offside calls revealed a lack of awareness in timing his runs. A player with his pace should be able to beat defenders with ease, but instead, his positioning left a lot to be desired. As the season progressed, it became clear that Mbappé's struggles weren't limited to his position alone. His finishing became a growing concern. For a player known for his clinical finishing ability, Mbappé missed several high-profile chances. In matches against weaker opponents like Las Palmas and Valladolid, Mbappé failed to take advantage of clear-cut opportunities. His shooting was off, and his once deadly instinct in front of goal seemed to be fading. Even in matches where he did score, a significant portion of his goals came from the penalty spot. In fact, by the time of this recording, it could be argued that more than half of Mbappé's goals for Madrid came from penalties. This raises the question, has Mbappé's natural ability to score from open play diminished, or is he simply lacking the confidence needed to convert chances consistently? It's important to note that confidence plays a significant role in a player's performance. A missed penalty, especially in a high-pressure situation, can have a lasting psychological impact. When Mbappé missed a crucial penalty in a 1-1 draw against Atletico Madrid, it became apparent that his mental resilience was being tested, and for a player who's been under the microscope for years, the pressure was mounting. As much as Mbappé's individual struggles have played a role in his subpar performances, the presence of Vinicius Jr. also cannot be ignored. Vinicius has been a standout player for Real Madrid ever since Mbappé's arrival, frequently stealing the spotlight with his incredible pace, dribbling, and goal-scoring ability. In fact, it's been argued that Vinicius has become Madrid's key attacking force, overshadowing Mbappé in the process. For many Madrid fans, Vinicius has taken the mantle of the club's primary player. The dynamic Brazilian winger has been in exceptional form, scoring crucial goals and consistently terrorizing defenders. His performances have only highlighted Mbappé's relative underperformance. As a result, the spotlight has shifted, and it's difficult to ignore the fact that Mbappé's arrival hasn't quite sparked the same excitement or impact as Vinicius's breakout season. Mbappé's transition to La Liga has also been more challenging than many expected. After spending most of his career in League One, La Liga's intense physicality and tactical demands have been a new experience for him. The adjustment period has been evident, and it's clear that Mbappé is still finding his rhythm in Spain's top flight. He's not alone in this. Even the most talented players require time to adapt to a new environment, especially after years in a different league. It's also worth noting that Real Madrid's tactical setup has changed since Mbappé's arrival. Under manager Carlo Ancelotti, the team was thriving with a 4-3-3 formation, utilizing Bellingham and Vinicius in attacking roles while having a solid midfield behind them. However, with the addition of Mbappé, the team's structure has had to shift, with Ancelotti occasionally deploying a 4-4-2 formation or shifting the midfield setup to accommodate the French star. Despite these changes, the results have been underwhelming. Madrid's overall attacking play has not been as fluid as it was last season, and the team has struggled to find consistency in both domestic and international competitions. This is especially concerning given that Madrid's success last season was built on strong teamwork and tactical cohesion, with Bellingham, Vinicius, and Rodrigo leading the charge. Mbappé's arrival at Madrid came with monumental expectations. After dominating League One for years and showcasing his abilities on the world stage, the expectation was that Mbappé would step into Madrid's team and instantly transform it into an unstoppable force. The reality, however, has been far from that. The weight of these expectations can be overwhelming for any player. For someone as young as Mbappé, it's clear that the pressure to perform at an elite level every single match can take a toll. Whether it's handling the media scrutiny, the high wages, or the demands of competing at the highest level, it's no surprise that Mbappé has struggled to find his best form so far. And let's not forget that even the best players go through rough patches. Players like Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Neymar have all had seasons where they were not at their peak. Mbappé, though still very young, is going through a similar phase of adjustment and growth. To answer the question, has Mbappé flopped at Real Madrid? The answer isn't so clear-cut. His individual performances have certainly been underwhelming, especially when compared to his time at PSG, but labeling him a flop after just a few months at a new club would be premature. However, it's still early days for Mbappé at Madrid. The team's overall struggles this season can't be solely attributed to him, and there's plenty of time for him to find his rhythm. Given his talent, there's no doubt that he can turn things around. But for now, the question remains, is Kylian Mbappé truly living up to his potential at Real Madrid? Or is this a case of a superstar failing to adapt to a new reality? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more football insights.